Hello everybody, welcome to our unprecedented alteration upon the educational paradigm presentation. Today, as Beşiktaş Sabancı Anatolian High School students, I mean myself, Elif Nur Sorkun, and my presentation partner Emir Emiroğlu, and Göksu Güreş, and Zeynep Zehra Özer, who are the two other team members. So today we would like to introduce you the change in the education paradigm with the coronavirus. So let's get started. We are so excited.
Yes. So who are we? So we call ourselves Unstoppable Explorers. It's our teammate's name, and we have 4 members in our team. Elif Nur Sorkun, who is my partner in this presentation now, me, Emir Emiroğlu, also Göksu Güreş, and Zeynep Zehra Özel. Also, we have our distinguished supervisor teacher, Öznur Özcü. We are coming from Sakıp Sabancı Anatolian School.
So before starting to our presentation, we would like to show you this little girl who is called Anastasia and from Georgia. Why did we choose this girl? You can ask this. We choose this girl because she wrote her experiences in the website of UNICEF. So she's talking about her experiences and the disadvantages, advantages about online education. So actually, with this presentation, we would like to summarize and put their experiences into words. So let's start.
So let me tell you what is the content. So firstly, we are going to talk about what was the before and what is after the COVID-19 pandemic. And secondly, positive sides of online education. And thirdly, negative sides of online education and the solutions we came up with. And fourthly, what about teacher's part? Fifth, a brief summary. And sixth, resources, of course, and the end.
Now, we would like to share you the questions in our minds. Of course, we had tons of questions before preparing this presentation. And what were they? They were like, which one is better, face-to-face education or online education? What are the negative, positive, and solutions? So, also, what was the situation like before, during, and after? And in this presentation, we hope to find some answers to those questions.
So let's get started with what was the before and what is after the pandemic period. So as we all know, we have a new normal in education now. We used to have face-to-face education. Now we have a remote learning, and we called it online learning. Also, we used to have real friendships. Now we continue our friendships online. Also, teachers used to teach us at schools. Now they teach us remotely at their own. Also, we used to have ordinary days, but now our routines completely changed. And of course, the other things that we cannot mention right now because of the time.
So we have been mentioning a lot of negative things, but of course there are some positive sides of this new system as well. And in order to find out what were those positive sides, we made a survey with 45 students from our school, and you can see the results here. And the most chosen answers are time management, learning more things about social media and Web2 tools, also finding new hobbies and spending time with yourself more. So justifiably, the students in our school have chosen those answers because we were at their homes and we had more time to spend with ourselves and we had more time for hobbies, and we spent most of our times with computers, so we were familiar with the technological devices, and etc. These are some common reasons for the positive sides.
Let me tell you some additional info upon our survey. So we asked to students that do they prefer face-to-face education or online education, and nearly 90% of them said they prefer face-to-face education. And also we asked, how did online education affected your social life? And nearly 70% of them said the online education affected their social life badly. And also we asked, has online education caused any health problems? Since even though the answers were pretty close, as we can see, 30%, nearly the 30% of them said yes. So we can definitely say the online education affected students' health too.
And I would like to summarize the negative sides here in this page. And again, according to the survey, what were those negative sides according to students from our school? Having problems with learning, this is pretty normal. And having troubles while reaching online classes, this is a very common problem with online education because we can see this problem all over the world, in any countries, in any district, unfortunately. Also family issues. Again, we had more time to spend with them. This may cause some problems. The same reason is for mental problems. And finally, internet addiction. We had spent more time with our computers or telephones and etc. That's again pretty normal. And time management is controversial actually. It is also chosen in the positive sides part. So some things it's a positive thing and some things it's a negative thing.
And of course, we are not going to just leave it like that. As we said, we came up with some solutions to the negative sides of online education. We can definitely say the government should provide technological devices and internet connections for everyone. As you saw, we had some surveys, and we saw that so many students had some internet connection problems, technological device problems, reaching to the classes briefly. And students should be guided by therapists and doctors, of course, for the ones who have issues. As we saw in the surveys, some students had mental issues as well, so this should be done immediately. Also, meetings with counselors and experts should be arranged. This is pretty the same thing actually. And also, social events should be organized even if they are online. Since we spend so much time by ourselves, this is definitely should be done.
So another important part of our presentation is about teachers who are the frontliners in the education systems of all countries. And according to the research made in Brazil during the pandemic, 83% of teachers said that they were unready to teach remotely. And then 67% of the teachers felt anxious, while 38% of them were feeling tired. And finally, unfortunately, this time it's a very low percentage. It is only 10% who felt themselves happy or satisfied with the online education system.
And then let me give you a brief summary of our presentation. We can definitely say the COVID-19 pandemic exterminated the paradigm. Obviously, this is a real fact, and face-to-face education is preferred more by both students and teachers. We showed you our surveys, and it's an obvious fact as well. And also, both education systems have some pros and cons, as we mentioned during our presentation.
So before ending our presentation, here you can see the resources that we used while preparing our presentation or making our research. So we would like to also thank those websites for their beautiful and useful resources.
Thank you so much for listening to us. If you have any questions, we are ready to answer them. You can see the details of us here. You can check us out on the internet. Thank you so much again. See you later.
See you.